Hello, everyone. We are live, and no, this is not the hottest new band in the world, but it could be. We're just a bunch of great people loving life here at Ever Media Studios. You're watching EverTalk Live. Make some noise, everybody.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessica Moyer. Welcome to EverTalk Live, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. for your daily dose of happiness in Hollywood, a little pop culture and positivity. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. How cold are you right now?
Right?
I actually had to use my seat warmers in the car today. It was unbelievable.
Well, I use those every day if I had them. I'm one of those, top down, heat on kind of girls.
Yeah, I get that. I never used it in Miami ever, I don't think. But I can appreciate the heat warmers today. A little chilly. What's it, like 52 degrees?
LA is serving a strong winter at 52 degrees.
I know.
Today.
We can barely complain. Champagne pouring problems. It is.
Exactly. You know, we think alike. Well, we're really excited to welcome our very special guest today. Good morning, everyone, back in the studio.
Good morning.
Hello. We're so excited and beyond honored to welcome Derek Gores to the show. He is an internationally renowned artist and holding a residency at the Hotel Bel Air. Good morning, Derek.
Hey, thanks for having me. Love it.
So we want to know, how do you wake up and stay woke? What's your morning routine like?
Absolutely requires coffee, and actually when I choose my coffee mug, I think of what kind of energy I want to channel for that day, whether I choose a coffee mug from Cape Cod that reminds me of my childhood, or maybe something from art school, or more often I grab something that feels like the future, where I grab a coffee mug from one of my favorite art shows if I want to just think about what I'm going to make next. It gives me that early energy to get my brain going in that way.
Wow. That's incredible. You have more coffee mugs than I feel like I have IQ points in the morning.
That's how it is.
Yeah, fantastic. Which one did you choose today?
Well, today, Bel Air, I got brand new Swan energy running through my veins.
All right, fantastic.
I love that Swan energy in the Hotel Bel Air. You know, they say you go to the Beverly Hills to be seen and the Bel Air to hide.
There you go. It's a beautiful hotel.
Can't wait to go see the collection. Jamie Calica is in the house, one of Hollywood's hottest rising stars. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning.
So we are so excited to know all about your latest project, Ruthless. But first we want to know, how do you start your day? What's your morning routine like?
I started slowly. I'm not a morning person, so I try to milk as much bedtime as I possibly can. But the first thing I do when I open my eyes is I thank God for another day, for my eyesight and my hearing, and I actually snap just to make sure I can hear before I say thank you. And then, like I said, I try to milk a couple more minutes before I get up, and then I head to the gym.
Oh, I love that. We overlook often like the most basic but most important like functions of physical body, like hearing, sight, and sound, right?
Got to be thankful for those simple things that we often overlook.
Absolutely.
Well, we're thankful that you're here with us.
Thank you for having me.
This morning, we've got Nick in the house with a new single, Breathe, and of course supporting his gorgeous partner Melissa this morning. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning.
So tell us, how do you wake up and stay woke? What's your routine like?
We are creatures of habit, actually, and she will probably repeat what I'm saying, but we wake up, we have lemon water, then a celery juice, then we meditate, do yoga, and then usually go for a walk together or do some exercise. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, very LA of you, however. You got your celery juice in there?
Yeah, look, we're part of the craze. We like it.
All right.
Well, Melissa is here helping us all master our inner mean girl. But before we get to all of that, are you going to just repeat what he said on your morning routine? How are you waking up and staying woke, Melissa?
Well, there's one thing that he missed out, is we always say good morning and then we ask each other 3 things we're grateful for every single morning. True. So it's a nice way to just set the tone for the entire day, to go out into your day feeling grateful for what you have, and even just saying something like we're grateful for this comfortable bed or the good night's sleep that we had, and then I repeat everything that he said. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Love the gratitude.
Absolutely. Speaking of gratitude, we're absolutely grateful that we're starting our day with Pablo Alsina this morning, hot off of that Super Bowl in Miami. Good morning, Pablo.
Good morning. Still a little hoarse and tired, 10 days partying in Miami. I'm going to start drinking lemon juice and celery like them because look how good looking those guys are, hitting the gym like him, and a cool coffee mug. But my morning routine every single day, as soon as I wake up, my wife and I, we have a gorgeous little dog, but she's so jealous. So whenever I wake up, the first thing I do, I kiss my wife, but my dog always beats her to him. She starts barking at me, kissing me because she needs her kisses first. Then I put her on my chest and I give her morning massage. That's the dog, not my wife. the normal routine. And then I kiss my wife again, and like all of them, just grateful to be alive, man. This is the greatest city in the world, and how can you not tune into EverTalk Live every morning? That's my other morning routine.
Oh, man, we love you. My goodness.
Yes, thank you, Pablo.
My
Speaking
pleasure. Y también hablo español, ¿eh? Lo puedo decir de nuevo en español, pero para todos los latinos viendo, un beso grande para ustedes también. There.
Yes. What is wow. Thanks so much for being with us today, Pablo. Nicole is in the house. She's the founder of Givingly. She's revolutionizing the way we are gifting this Valentine's Day. So, Nicole, how does an entrepreneur like you start your day? What's your routine?
So yeah, I mean, similar to everyone here, I wake up, I go get coffee. My husband and I, we have our 2 little dogs. We bring them on the bed, we play with them, and kisses all over. It's amazing. And then we take them, we walk across the street, try to go to the park. Me personally, I'm always on the computer. So if I could get some time around nature, greenery, grass, parks in LA are not that easy to find. But if I could just get to one before I start my day, that, it can make all the difference.
Yeah. A little time in nature heals anything and everything. It's unbelievable. Love that about LA.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for being with us, Nicole. Lumen is in the house. We are promoting the latest single, The Worst Thing, which I hope isn't this morning. Good morning, Lumen.
I'm doing really great. Thank you for asking. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Yes. So tell us, how do you start your day? What's your routine?
Typically, I start with a little bit of EverTalk TV just to get it going, get myself waking up, check it out, go back to sleep, 4 or 5 hours, wake up midday, hit the gym, back to sleep. That's my day.
Man, we're going to lock the doors and keep you guys all here. I feel like you're just paying us compliments all day. Fantastic. What a great way to start the day. I love that you get another nap in there before the day actually
We'll call it a nap.
kicks off.
We'll go with nap. I like that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Well, we've got a good cup in the house. Eddie
There we go.
Martinez starring in USA's The Sinner. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Oh, we're grateful that you're here. We want to know all about the series later in the show. But first, tell us, how are you waking up and staying woke?
Well, unlike you, man, I wake up really early. I go have a shake, then I stretch so my hips and my back don't hurt. And then I sit down and meditate, which means I go back to sleep for another 3 hours. And I start my day around 1 p.m. That's about it.
Pretty good deal. I'll have the transparency at least, right?
Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much for being with us. We look forward to continuing the conversation with each of you later in the show.
Love the 3-hour meditation. That's awesome, huh?
3 hours.
Oh my gosh, when you were a kid and you came home from school, did you take a nap after school?
Oh.
Or no? Was it?
Who are you?
I just,
No, absolutely not. I was watching General Hospital.
General Hospital.
I was having a snack, or I was, out socializing, playing. I mean, I never napped after school. In fact, a nap time was the worst time. When they forced you into a nap at school, I used to get in trouble because all I wanted to do was talk.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's great. Now look,
no
you turned into a career.
Napping.
It's fantastic.
No napping. What about you?
Oh my goodness. No, I didn't take a nap after school. I probably wanted to. I was pretty tired. I would have loved to take a nap at school. That would have been awesome because I wasn't a big talker. I mostly just went and played basketball right away as quickly as possible. I'd go to the basketball court and I'd play all night long. Or if it was baseball season, I did that. But yeah, never did the naps. My brother and sister did though. They were big nappers. After school, yeah, they would nap and then they could be up. I think my sister might be a little bit like that today. I think she's got the kids, so maybe not as many naps, but she's a night owl like you.
Trying to soak in as much sleep as possible, but it's the busiest week here in Hollywood.
Is.
Of course, Oscars this Sunday, and the whole town is buzzing. Everybody's getting ready to step and repeat somewhere in this town.
I know, right? I didn't really know a whole lot about stepping and repeating until I came out to LA. I mean, right? It's not a thing.
Pastime.
I know, it's funny. All my friends in all other cities step and repeat. What's that all about?
Stand still and get your picture taken, and then you step and repeat it all over again.
Yeah, you do it for the gram, mostly, really, right?
No, we were doing it for the Getty for many years, and now we're just doing it for the gram.
It's so true. It's so true. Are you excited about the weekend?
I am. I'm very excited. We'll be, celebrating at Entertainment Studios. Byron Allen's hosting a great party with Jamie Foxx. Maroon 5's going to be there. So, of course, follow along on our Instas because we'll be doing it for the gram after all.
I love that. Maroon 5, Jamie Foxx, Byron Allen, man.
Yeah, well, and of course, stopping by the Hotel Bel Air to see the exhibit by Derek Gorse.
Indeed. I don't think I've only been there like once, Bel Air, right?
Oh, you're missing
I know.
out. It's one of my favorites. In fact, that's where I spent Christmas. I just love it.
Really?
The fireplace, they've got incredible art all over, swans. He wasn't joking. I mean, these swans just walk the property. It's amazing.
So fancy. Love that.
So fancy.
All right. So I found this interesting article today. Usually on Wednesdays, we talk about different things, but sort of wealth. And I think for me, health is wealth, happiness is wealth, but also creativity is wealth. And most great business ideas, they start, or great businesses start with a great business idea, right? And so we want to be as creative as humanly possible. Part of the challenge and opportunity, I think today especially, is dealing with uncertainty. And so I was reading this study in Psychology Today, and they found a causal link between improvisation and dealing with uncertainty. So if you take an improv class, believe it or not, you help to increase your uncertainty tolerance, which means like the stress and anxiety you feel about maybe the business not working out or about the relationship not working out, you deal with and you navigate in much more effective and efficient ways. And so then they ask themselves, why is that the case? Why are we better off at dealing with sort of uncertainty when we take an improv class? And they basically found a number of things. One, being in the company of other people who are actually encouraging you to be creative and take risks. The other thing is that there's non-judgment. So those two elements apparently really help to facilitate creativity and great business ideas.
It's really interesting. As someone who was a perfectionist for many, many years, uncertainty freaked me the F out because I wanted to make a decision, and of course, I wanted to make the perfect decision.
Of course.
So I got trapped in indecision because I didn't want to choose wrongly. That, to me, would equal failure. When I realized that if I just made a decision, whether it was right or wrong, and could take actionable steps from that, I was getting so much more time.
Jazz, I love that idea. So I think we may have mentioned once or twice the guy who's sort of like the expert on paradox of choice. So paradox of choice is this idea that with more options and with more freedom, you experience positive benefits, but you also experience more frustration, right? So we live in the land of the free, but also the land of the frustrated because of the proliferation of just options and opportunity. And so one of the things he said is that there are two kinds of people in the world. There are maximizers. Those are people like you and I who have to read the entire menu at the Cheesecake Factory before you decide on what you're going to eat. And then there are people that are satisficers. Those are people who basically know in advance what they're going to get at the grocery store, and they don't really diverge from that very much.
Oh yeah, no, that is so
I know, right?
Me. I want to explore my options.
Yeah, it's a real challenge, especially I think here in LA or any big city, but all over the world, particularly developed I think nations. It's very difficult sometimes to sort of weed through and sift through all the possible options available. I feel like over time though you've gotten a lot better. Have you gotten a lot better? I feel like I have.
Well, because I get to be here every morning with you.
I can't take credit for that. I cannot take credit for that.
Very inspiring conversations with these incredible guests like we have coming up later in the show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on EverTalk Live.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessamine Moyer. This is EverTalk Live, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. in the Ever Media Studios for a little Hollywood and happiness, positivity, and pop culture. On Apple TV and Roku via the EverTalk app, and of course streaming live on all socials.
I've got so much love in my life, and then I get to do this with you every single day. It's incredible.
If you have a dream, do not let anything stop you.
You can have all the money or all the success in the world, but if you don't have peace, it's all worthless, really, right?
Happiness from the inside out. Please be sure, if you haven't read this book,
That's sweet.
You've got to. I love
remember.
what we do.
I do too, Jess.
Miracles. I'd like just my life to be an example that miracles exist. I am just so grateful that we get to be a part of this journey together, Rob, whether it's 4 a.m. texting up peanut butter and jellies or coming to you live Monday through Friday every 9 a.m. You know when you're going to see that, Eddie?
Yes.
When we're holding it in our own hands,
that's
Rob,
right.
for best digital daytime talk show.
What makes people lucky, actually lucky, is that they believe they're lucky.
But thank you for being my mentor, Rob.
Likewise.
He didn't even know it.
True.
I'm out all the time. I'm everywhere. I'm drinking my wine. I'm doing the show. I'm stepping and repeating. I'm some kind of red carpet. I had a little too much. I was like, one drink Jeslin. One drink Jeslin. 2 tequila Jeslin. 2 tequila Jeslin.
1 drink Jazz.
Is this 1 drink Jeslin? I hope you're proud, Rob.
I'm very
reading
proud
a
of you,
book.
actually. I don't know how you have... The hair is killing it today.
Oh, Thank you. Clearly, we have no fun around here. It's a thing. Thought of the day: light, love, and magic. Oh, I do it fun. It was wild. Absolutely. Oh my God! Do you know we're still on live, Rob? Right now.
You gotta be kidding.
Talking to my angels.
That's hilarious. That's
love what you do, you don't work a day in your life, right? I absolutely love what I do.
Yeah,
we couldn't do what we do without the support of you watching. Thank you for sharing, for DMing, for commenting, for continuing to support us as we grow and scale our vision, for the people in the studio and their friends and families for having our backs. We're so grateful.
right. And I'm most deeply and genuinely grateful for you. Truly I am, Jazz. It's just a pleasure every day to get to connect with you and work with you. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. I'm so grateful for you. We love you, Rob Mack. There isn't a man or woman who hasn't met you and said you're the best dressed person in Los Angeles and the happiest guy we know. It's an honor to be able to do this show with you.
Appreciate that.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to EverTalk Live. We are so excited that Pablo Alsina is all the way back from Miami covering the Super Bowl and breaking down the highlights for us.
Right.
It's also my city. I'm from Miami, so I dreamed to play for the Miami Dolphins, to be on that field playing. Didn't get to do that, but I got to work for Fox 11 from the Super Bowl. So in a way, I lived out my dream. 10 days with family, parties, Pitbull's parties, Shaq's events, celebrities all over the place. It was a wild time and an amazing game. So
amazing, and you didn't get hit.
Did not
That's
get
the great
hit.
thing about not playing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm still okay.
I mean, so millions of people actually watched the game, but what happens the week leading up to the game if you were there for 10 whole days?
Well, yeah, I mean, one, it's in Miami. Like when the Super Bowl was in Minnesota, not as fun, but when it's down in Miami, it was a blast. And yes, I am from Miami, so I'm going to show love to the 305, the Magic City, and my Dade County. And so there's parties every single day. There's events every single day. There's free fan fests as well. But then the best part is you just see so many famous players and celebrities and actors. And like Matthew McConaughey's walking right by me. Hey, what's up, Matthew? He's like, all right. So it was kind of cool. And it was fun. And we were live with Fox 11 in the morning show, the afternoon shows, the night show. So it was a wild, wild, fun 10 days.
Amazing.
And I got a nice tan. So
you did get a nice tan. I noticed that. Very healthy tan.
Okay, so what were some of your standout moments?
From the game or from the 10 days? I'll do both. From the game, I have to go on, rush the field after the game and interview the players. That's one of my first things. So Damian Williams should have been MVP. He had an amazing game. He scored 2 touchdowns, and he used to play for the Dolphins, so I was a big fan. So I take off to the field. I'm like, I have to get Damian Williams. And there he is by himself because he had on a T-shirt, so I think nobody could recognize him. So the first one-on-one interview he gives is to me.
Wow.
And I'm talking to him, and he's just got this huge smile, and I believe a lot in positive energy and feeding off of people. So I interviewed him. It's on my Instagram and Twitter, at Pablo Alsina, plug. So I'm interviewing him, and after, he's got a big smile. I'm like, Damian, you just won the Super Bowl. Can I get a hug, baby? And he gives me this big hug, and I can tell you feel that energy of somebody that just lived out a dream, winning a Super Bowl. So that moment right there, just getting that hug and that interview from him was amazing.
I mean, is there any words to actually describe that feeling that you witnessed?
I mean, I wish I would have been him. It's the only way to be better because he was in cloud 9, but I felt it also. And then all the players, Sammy Watkins, I used to cover him with the Rams, and he's there carrying his little baby girl, and I'm interviewing him as we're walking, and he's just so happy, so thankful. I'm like, Sammy, you left the Rams where he wanted to stay, but you ended up in a perfect place. And he's like, I got to thank God. I want to be. And I told him, and are you a hashtag proud girl dad?
Yeah.
And he's like, of course I am. She keeps me there, my wife, my babies, and it was just such an amazing moment just to see that happiness, the thrill of these people.
Our producers put together a little clip of some of the highlights. So,
Oh, Pitbull.
What?
Mr. 305 went to my high school, South Miami High.
Really?
Go Cobras for a little
Yeah.
bit. I used to watch him rap on stage when he was in his 20s. That was my seat for the Super Bowl. Gorgeous seats.
Yes.
That Pitbull concert was at Shaq's Funhouse. The wild Tiesto spun, Shaq spun, Diddy performed towards the end.
Man.
Pitbull. That was wild. My seats were amazing. That's me on the field. Of course, I have to throw up the 305 for Miami.
No doubt.
It was just, a dream come true for me. It was just a great Super Bowl. I give thanks to Fox 11 for sending me, and it was just a wild time. That's Alyssa Beebe. Shout out to her as well. She's a sports anchor along with me at Fox 11. So tune in to Fox 11 also and watch sports. We do it differently. We like to bring fun, passion, and all the knowledge as well.
oh, absolutely. I mean, you've got to have witnessed.
Oh, and this is the halftime show, Shakira and
yeah.
J-Lo. It was an amazing halftime show. My dad actually played with Shakira in the tango song Objection by Shakira. If you look it up, the beginning solo is my dad.
Oh my gosh.
So
No way.
I went there in the studio, and I have to say about Shakira, she is amazing. And she says everything that happens in her album, she has input. She decides everything. My dad's like, Pablo, I'm there waiting to record, and she's on the phone with the London Symphony because they were in the concert also. So she's telling the London Symphony exactly what she wants.
Wow.
She had a different bandoneon player. She's like, no, he's not the best. Who's the best? My dad. She flew to Miami to meet with my dad and record with my dad. That's how hands-on she is about everything.
Oh my goodness, that's incredible.
And by the way, David Alsina, that's my dad, bandoneon player. If you need the best bandoneon player in the world, that's where you got to go. But shout out to that halftime show, best halftime show I've seen since maybe the Justin Timberlake with Aerosmith and Britney. That one was a pretty good one.
Really gangster, yeah.
But this one was awesome. J Balvin, Bad Bunny, Shakira, J-Lo, Los Latinos, lucimos buenísimo, baby. Latinos, we took over.
Right?
This is our year, 2020.
Sure did. Just incredible. Was it surreal for you? I mean, being at the Super Bowl and covering it all. I mean, I know you've been doing this a while, but was it just extra special being in Miami? And
I've been to 5 Super Bowls, and I was sidelined for the greatest comeback ever when the Patriots came from behind. I was like literally the referee and then me. That's the closest, and that was sensational. I mean, that game was wild. This one I was up on the field, up in the stands, but that's the only difference. But for me to be 10 days in Miami, I'm walking around working, and it's like, oh my God, I'm seeing all my friends from high school, from elementary school. So that was fun. I got to interview Luke.
Oh,
Luther
yeah.
Campbell.
Oh my gosh, wow.
I mean, I'm
old
like,
school right there.
Old school, but
Yeah,
I grew up in Miami jamming Two Life Crew.
Of course, yeah.
So I got to interview him, got a big hug from Luke, so it was good times.
Oh man, we got to party with you.
Oh, anytime you want.
Pablo, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
At Pablo Alsina, A-L-S-I-N-A, at Pablo Alsina on Twitter and on Instagram, and I'm always just a guy from Miami, loving life in La La Land.
I love that,
Well,
brother.
we love that you're here with us this morning. Stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow on EverTalk
Boom.
Live.
Appreciate
5, 4, 3, 2. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm your host, Jez Mouillet, aka The Trading Bell. What a morning it will be. Due to recent news, we're expecting that the market will be down today, but that could potentially present some opportunity for us. Let's take a look at our watch list. One of the things that differentiates the Trading Bell from any of the other stock shows, other than we do live trading, is everything that we do is on camera, so you can see it as it happens. You are seeing what's happening right now in this moment. 2020, it's all about money, money, money. That is my motto. Remember, money never sleeps, pal. That's right. That's why I'm here trading in Los Angeles live with you at the opening bell. Whew, sun is not even up yet, but the stocks are on the move. Numbers are moving faster than I can even speak. Well, let's face it. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. I've got goosebumps. This is a history in the making. Top of the list, SVRA up 154% this morning. Build BVI at 162. Ah, that feels good. BPH, Spring Bake Pharmaceuticals up 22%. That is going to make for a very sweet start to 2020. Filled. Woo! That feels good. Just a disclaimer, this is an entertainment show, so please don't treat any of the information you hear on the show as an investment advice, because trading is risky. What's on the year strong? Visit EverTalk TV, Facebook, or Instagram at The Trading Bell. Remember, every dream has its price. What's yours? Los Angeles. Welcome back to EverTalk Live. I am beyond honored to welcome internationally renowned artist Derek Gorse to the show. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Your art
pleasure.
has inspired me beyond. It tells the story of strong women right there on the canvas. And you've mastered that in a way that I don't think anyone else even can compare.
I appreciate that. I love that that's what grabs you, and I appreciate you mentioning that right off the bat. Love it.
So you're taking residency at the Hotel Bel Air.
Not bad, right?
Good luck.
Iconic.
Thank you. Yeah, it's such a gorgeous property, and yeah, I'm honored to have an artist in residency gig right there on the property. The art is up all month long, and I'm here for the first couple weeks of it. Really excited.
So there's a couple pictures that we're seeing right up on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
And
Wow.
those butterflies
That is incredible.
are iconic. Can you tell us a little bit about that piece?
Sure. Well, what I do, I recycle magazine scraps, really any kind of paper. I'm able to use it to form my artwork. So those little butterflies are fun. I always use a portrait, a little silhouette on the side view of the face to form the edge of the wing. And if you come out to Hotel Bel Air, you're going to see, I'm not hanging those on the wall. They're going to be suspended in midair in a special spot on the property.
Oh, how special.
Really awesome.
So what is your process as an artist? How do you get into kind of like your flow?
You know, well, when I was younger, I was a very tight kind of pencil rendering, photorealist guy. Got bored of that, turned on to more expressive possibility, abstraction and stuff. So collage lets me kind of be raw and weird and full of texture. I start off with a simple line drawing, and then I fill in the shapes, almost like color by number, but instead of using paint, I'm using these crazy textures. So the flow for me is a wide variety of stuff: pictures, song lyrics, maps, Hotel Bel Air menus, things like that. Because the one rule that I give myself is not to use pictures of the object to make the object. So there's no real butterfly pictures to make that butterfly.
Oh, wow.
That kind of thing. So it keeps you guessing, you know, from near and far you see different elements.
Is there a picture in your head that you have as you're going about it, or is that picture that you're beginning to sort of create, does it just continue to evolve as
Definitely
as you
evolves.
create?
I have a basic shape in mind. You know, I kind of know the basic structure, but I have no idea what the pieces are going to be that I use. So exactly the way you said it, you know, when I was younger, I was kind of have an idea and then execute it. Now, with each scrap of paper I pick up, it can change even to the last moment. The artwork can change even the last piece.
Wow, it's incredible. And so would you say that you've been able to do that mostly because you've been able to lean in and trust yourself and trust the process itself?
Oh man, yes, thank you for saying that. I mean, I was 37 years old before I had the guts to take that leap to trust myself. I did a lot of commercial art. In fact, I see Live Nations next door. I did a lot of tour art for bands and things. But finally, at 37, had the guts, and that was 12 years ago, to go for it. And the moment I was really doing what I wanted to make and making those figurative pieces and the strong women and all of that is when everybody else seemed to enjoy it as much as me.
Wow.
What was that turning point for you where you decided to trust yourself?
It had been enough time. I had enough experience doing all kinds of art, including stuff for sports. We were talking about the Super Bowl. I used to know all that stuff. Now I don't know a single coach. No sports information up in there.
Oh, that really
Glad to
sold.
let that go.
Yeah.
And so now really, trusting and being intuitive about it, and one scrap at a time. I get to kind of randomly select. And a friend of mine gave me the words for it. He said that I have a Zen narrative where there's a story out there, but it's happening in front of me. I don't know what it is yet, and that's a thrilling place to be. One piece at a time that maybe hopefully adds up to beauty.
Wow. Or what inspires you?
Well, thanks for that. Gosh, so many things. First my dad was an artist, so I love thinking about just being a creative person, and he could be made happy by just seeing the shapes of telephone wires in the day as he would drive down the street. So little things like that, kind of compositional, artistic moments can happen anywhere. As we'd already covered, really just my subject of that being a figurative artist, but being a figurative artist now in a feminist moment feels really great and feels wonderful to explore. And then, I love collaborating. Some artists just like to be in the studio. I thoroughly enjoy meeting new people and getting new energy, and I'm going to interact with those swans on the Bel Air property and the staff and everything. And I just this morning started hanging the pieces, and we've got Ivy interacting and the beautiful soft pink walls. All of it gets me going. So that kind of collaborative energy makes me very happy.
Do you have any dream collabs?
Oh, well, sure, yeah. Do you have the phone number for the Met Gala?
I'll see you there for sure.
Yeah, I picture, let's see, Lady Gaga in a convertible Lamborghini, and she's holding my art, and we're rolling up the stairs
I love
somehow.
that.
I mean, there's a lot of possibilities.
Wow, so
I haven't thought about it too much.
Oh, wow.
Just incredible. So, you know, I'm fascinated because you're obviously so talented and you're so brilliant, and you've put such time and energy into, you know, sort of perfecting your craft. You also mentioned that you're great, you know, you love and enjoy people. And so would you say that part of it has really contributed to your success? Are there other things outside of the artwork itself that's contributed to your success, do you think? Or what do you think's led
It's
to
all,
it?
you know, there's a community aspect. I live in Florida. I'm from the Space Coast of Florida. And the hustle that I make happen with my friends down there in Florida. In fact, I'm wearing a jacket by my friend Tony at Standard
Oh, wow.
Collective.
Oh,
you know,
very
things
cool.
like that. Having a little energy that you grab from people. 1 + 1 is much more than 2 if you do it right. You know, with collaborating. So yes, and we learn to like make our own shows. You know, I don't just want to hand my artwork off to a gallery and see what they do with it. I like things like this with the Hotel Bel Air, where I can make magic with the property. Hopefully we're all making each other look good. They seem happy so far. I'm beaming.
It's a win-win.
It is a win-win. What is it that you want your legacy as an artist to be?
Goodness. You know, something about just being in the moment. I've learned that instead of creating something that I planned out, I like to be present and find things. Before I leave today, I'm sure I'll see if I can swipe a piece of paper from you guys that you don't know that I grabbed. You know, just be very much being in the moment, enjoy it, soak it in, and then maybe it reflects in a piece of art.
Yeah.
Well, we're so grateful for you and that you're taking residency here in Los Angeles at the Hotel Bel Air. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
Sure. Well, my website is derekgores.com, and Instagram, Derek Gores as well, DerekGores. Come find me. Let's say hi. Would love to meet up with folks in LA. Thursday night, I hear, is sold out supposedly at the Hotel Bel Air. Right. But I'm here for a few days. Send me a message. I'd love to meet with people.
And in the spirit of love, there's also a code that you provided on your Instagram for a limited edition signed prints for Valentine's Day.
That's true. Thank you for that. You're good at this. Yes, I do have a little print sale going on. 25% off of my limited edition prints. Art is Love 25 is the code. You can remember that.
Oh, I love that. Art is love. Indeed.
Art is love. And on
As it
that
should be.
note, we'll leave it there. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on EverTalk
Thanks so much,
Live.
guys.
Welcome back to EverTalk Live. We are here with Eddie Martinez, who is starring in the hotly anticipated season 3 of USA's The Sinner. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
So this role is a little different than the roles that you typically play. This time, you're the good girl.
Yeah. I was telling my manager, I was like, I'm happy that I'm not a drug dealer and I get to speak English. I was happy about that. Right.
Tell us a little bit about the series that we can expect this season.
Well, season 3 builds on the foundation of seasons 1 and season 2. The theme of the show kind of departs from the whodunit and delves into the why, the psychological or sometimes philosophical factors why a seemingly normal person would be driven to commit a crime. So this season builds on that. We follow Detective Harry Ambrose, which is Bill Pullman's character, as he begins a routine investigation of a tragic car accident in the outskirts of New York. And then it pulls him to the most dangerous and disturbing case of his life, a really dangerous case.
Fantastic. So the season premieres February 6th. Talk to
Yes.
us a little bit about what you love most about the series and what do you think the audiences love most about the series?
Well, I think that what I just said, that it departs from who done it and delves into the why.
Yeah.
I remember I binge watched season 1 with my wife, and she thought she knew everything that was going to happen by the second episode, and by the last episode, we were both like, oh, what? Yeah. And I think it's captivating for audiences, and it's what I like the most. It's a really well-written show. So I was just stoked from the beginning about that, and then when I saw the cast that I was going to get to be working with, it was just like cherry on top.
Absolutely.
Speaking of one of those cherry on top kind of moments, Nick Cage, Kill Chain, we know that you were recently in that
was
film
a fun.
as well.
Yeah, that was a fun meal. Yeah, it was fun. I'm from Colombia and from Bogota, which is the capital of Colombia, and we actually went there and shot. And I was there for 2 weeks, so that was another dream come true for me that I got to work the place that I was born, and it was another great movie. Everyone was great on set.
How has that place affected you in your career and your?
How has what? I'm sorry?
That place, growing up in Colombia, how has that affected you and your career and your dreams and ambitions?
I mean, I think a lot. I grew up in Colombia till I was about 9 years old, and I was raised in New York. And I think moving around a lot and experiencing different cultures makes you more empathetic for people that are different than you, and I'm bilingual. I think that helps me a lot in my career.
Clearly has, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I mean, there's probably a lot more stuff that I think that defines who I am from being Colombian, but we'll be here all day if I can tell you.
So you've worked with a lot of fantastic actors, Bill Pullman, Nicolas Cage, like yourself. And has there been any tips and tricks that you've picked up, or any advice that you've picked up along the way that's just been memorable for you or very helpful?
Yeah, so much, especially in this show, The Sinner. It was like going to school. It was such a learning experience. Like, Bill Pullman is the nicest guy you could think of, and he's the star of the show. And it wasn't just like with me, it was because we were going to be working together. Like, I saw him watching how he prepares, and even with people that just were there for one day, he would be very friendly, welcoming, outgoing, kind, making conversation with everyone, and then he'd go off and prepare and be in his seat and come off and just be a completely normal human being. So just seeing how he works. Matt Bomer too is another guy that worked really hard and is really nice, really a generally nice human being.
Just love finding that, right? Because you don't always find that.
Yeah. I mean, I was lucky. I was gonna have to work with Bill. Most of my scenes are with Bill, so I was like, oh God, I hope he's nice. And he ended up being even nicer than what I thought.
That's awesome.
So what's next for you, Eddie?
I'm working on my own projects, and I'm waiting to hear about two things, knock on wood. One I can't say, and the other one, I'm kind of superstitious, so I don't say it until it's really, until it's done. I feel like if I say it aloud, I jinxed it. My friend is the opposite. He was like, no, you got to say it and put it out into the universe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'd rather hold it in until I sign the contract, then I let it out.
Yeah.
I always say until I cash the check and spend all the money.
There you go.
You can't ask for it back.
That's true.
Well, please tell everyone where they can find and follow you and celebrate the good news whenever it's released about these upcoming projects.
Yeah, my what is my at Eddie Martinez 11? It's on Instagram.
Yeah.
And Twitter. Oh, J Eddie Martinez.
J Eddie Martinez.
At J Eddie Martinez or Jetty Martinez. My sister-in-law makes fun of me.
Yes,
Yeah, Jetty
love that.
Martinez.
Please remember.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thanks so much, Eddie. We appreciate you. Stay
Thank
tuned.
you.
We'll be back with more on EverTalk Live.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Last night I dreamt and you were there. But when I woke in the morning, it didn't feel real. Putting the pieces back together, finding a strength I never knew. Start again. This time it's gonna be different. I'm learning to breathe again. This time it's gonna feel different. The past is in the past. Some things just never last. Learn to let go. Start again. start again.
Welcome back to EverTalk Live. In a matter of 3 years, Jimmy Calica has become one of Hollywood's hottest rising stars. In fact, some are saying you're the hottest thing to come out of Canada since the two Ryans.
Wow. Since the two Ryans.
Dust their shoulders off.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are, but I'll take it.
Full praise emoji. So, how did you become such a successful actor in only 3 years?
In mid 2015 or so, I had a bit of an epiphany when it came to my process, my work ethic, just even my thoughts around a lot of different things. And I made a serious adjustment to everything, like how I thought, my physical, my work ethic, and I really started to see everything completely turn around. Because prior to that, I wasn't working hard enough. I was kind of lazy. I thought that I would book everything just based on, say, my looks. And when I made that mental adjustment, that's when I started to see all the work really start to flow in and it started to go my way.
I love that, and showing up on your neck right now because you're blinging out right now. It looks great. I love it.
I call this my Ruthless chain. When I booked Ruthless, I went home to my jeweler and I said I needed something that I could wear that it could remind me of the journey to get to that point of booking that job, because I had wanted to work with Tyler Perry for so long. So yeah, I call this one the Ruthless chain.
I love that, man.
I'm so glad that you took a moment to, one, not only celebrate your wins, but two, memorialize that. That's so important, and so often, especially as creatives, we forget to do that.
Yeah, well put. Definitely. Yeah, it was really important because, you work so hard to get to become a series regular on a show, and so many people you could have a successful career but never get to that point. Yeah. And this one in particular for me was really special because I really wanted it to be with Tyler Perry. So this is just an awesome way, just to even feel it on my chest, or when I look in the mirror, I'm like, Mr. P. Yeah, Mr. P, you bought this for me.
Yeah. What did you learn from Mr. P?
Oh, you hear about his work ethic. Whether you watch his stuff or not, you know that he's a workhorse. And getting to work with him every day really just heightened that for me. I pride myself on my work ethic, but when you're around someone like Tyler Perry, it forces you to be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a sink or swim when it comes to being around him.
Yeah. It's ruthless.
It's ruthless, yeah.
Indeed. So, quick question about that, because I'm just fascinated by that too, and I've always been a big believer in discipline, and also I've noticed the ways in which I can increase or enhance my discipline. So it's not just about working hard, but also working hard at the right things. So when you made that switch and you started focusing on discipline and working harder, what did you focus on?
Yeah, it's like you say, it's working smart.
Yeah.
It's working hard is you have to be working smart.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will just they'll think they're working really, really hard, but just because they're doing a ton of things, but you're not focusing the energy, right? Yeah. So for me, it started with the mental. I started talking about it. It's one thing to just think about it, and I say it's on my Twitter everywhere, or my Instagram. You have to action your thought, right? So that was one of the major things. It was not simply just say, I want blank. It was, okay, how do I achieve blank? Let's write it down. Yeah. Let's talk about it every single day, and then your body almost just starts to manifest it. You just start to see that result come your way because it's the thing that you embody daily.
Yeah.
Right. So when I wanted it, I actually I started tweeting at Tyler Perry. I was like, hey, I'm going to work with you. I'm going to be a series regular on a show. Hashtag daily manifestation. I did that. I did that for 40. Took it 41 days, and then I got this.
Shut up.
Did you tell him?
I did not. Yeah, I did not. It's crazy because I was with him every single day, but you almost never wanted to waste his time.
Well,
totally.
Yeah. But inside, you're always like a little kid in his presence.
Cool,
you play real cool. I'm like, hey, what's up, Mr. P? But inside, I want to hug him always. Bear hug this dude.
Well, we're really excited. You've got another film coming out, Disney original, Upside Down Magic.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So I play a character named Augustus. The character, her name is Nori, played by Isabella Rose. I play her dad. So it was my first time actually playing a young dad. And it's based on these novels Disney got the rights to, and they were originally going to make it a TV show, and then they've gone the movie route. So as long as they make all 4 books into movies, you'll see Augustus in each, because Nori will be a minor through the whole story. So in the first one, you see him and his daughter, Nori, discovers that she has magic powers. And I'm there because I knew that day would come one day because her mom also had powers. Wow. So it's really quite warm to see their chemistry, and then he brings her to magic school and sees her off.
Good.
So it's funny. It's not as dark as some of the other movies with magic. So younger kids can even watch this one, and teens and adults will enjoy it as well.
What's your magic power, if you had one?
My magic power. I'm trying to think of not a silly one.
Tweeting Mr. P.
Bothering executives. My magic power would probably be I try to make people smile. I'd say try to put smiles on people's faces.
You definitely do that.
I try.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being with us this
Thank you
morning.
for having me.
Congratulations on all of your success.
Thank you.
You are #Ruthless. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
At Jamie Calica, at JAIMECALLICA.com. It's that for Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Love it, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you
It's a
so
pleasure.
much. Stay tuned
Thank you
back
for
for more
having
on
me.
EverTalk Live.
Thank you.
Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over limits with you right now.
Welcome back to EverTalk Live, revolutionizing the way we are gifting this Valentine's Day. We are here with the co-founder of Givingly, and it is a hot new app for gifting.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey and what sparked this incredible idea.
So what I like to tell everyone is I essentially created an app for myself. And for my friends. Right now, I'm a millennial. My friends are millennials. We do everything from our phones, so we can, order a ride, we can get our groceries. And I was just bummed out to see that there wasn't really a great, gifting option that we could do from our phone, and something that was all digital, sustainable, saving, extra paper and plastic. So
how does it work? How does this app work?
So download the app and you can browse all of our greeting cards, all digital. They're all done by independent artists that I love. They're incredible. You can choose it and customize it with endless customization tools, from text, photos, stickers, gifts, brushes. We even just added video, which is a really great way to customize it. And you can customize the envelope lining, background, and then you can add, if you want, a gift from one of our around 80 gifting partners, such as SoulCycle, Airbnb, Uber, Nike, Sephora. I mean, the list goes on.
So are you gifting essentially e-cards within a shopping certificate?
Yeah. So it's a nice place to do it all in one. Yeah. So that way, if you're going to your friend's place.
What most popular gift this season for Valentine's Day?
I have to say Sephora is a big one. Everyone loves a Sephora gift card. Yeah.
I'm not surprised. They just opened up 100 more stores, I saw.
Yes. Yeah. They're growing and they're growing fast. And everyone knows, once you go in with you want to go in and get an eyeliner and you walk out with a 20 things. So everyone just wants money to Sephora.
Yeah. And what's the best gift to give him for Valentine's Day?
Ooh. I think guys are all about convenience.
Yeah.
And I've noticed Uber is extremely popular. And then there's just like the classic Nike that never goes out of style.
It's true. And when in doubt, money. Just money.
Yeah, I
That's my
mean,
real thinking that way.
yeah,
Love that.
definitely.
So, question, I think a lot of people out there want to create their own apps and they want them to be successful. Anything you could share in terms of creating an app and making it successful?
Yeah, I mean, I think it all starts from, like trying to solve a problem that doesn't already exist. And if you do want to start an app, like something for me that was really helpful was reaching out to others in my network and trying to, like let them know like, hey, can I take you out for a cup of coffee? Can I bug you for like a quick 15-minute phone call, pick your brain a little bit? I mean, like anytime I meet someone who is trying to build an app, I'll just help them with whatever they're looking for, because I do believe like whatever you put out there comes back. And we're just like all here to help each other.
Love that.
Yeah.
So if your DMs weren't full before, they will be now. All of you are trying to create apps.
Gifting is a love language.
Yeah,
What's the best gift you've received on Givingly?
Ooh, the best gift. Okay, so I'm a very sentimental person. So if someone can send me a Givingly with like a very heartfelt message, that just like blows me away. I'm done. I'm like, yep, okay, love you. I'm all yours.
Are you doing any specials for Valentine's Day that you could share with us?
Yeah, so we have, I don't know it yet. We'll definitely be posting about it on our social, so promo codes. So percentage off a gift card plus some star credits, because our cards go by star credits. And right now we have a lot of Galentine's cards out there, believe it or not. So we actually launched last year in February, around this time, and Galentine's was huge. So girls just love sending their girlfriends cards, empowering them, supporting them. It doesn't just have to be about, your significant other, your partner. Just even like reaching out to a girlfriend is like really an amazing thing you could do this time of year.
Yeah. I have some friends that send themselves gifts on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
oh, we have that happening,
yeah.
yes. And it's actually quite impressive. I'm like,
It
wow,
is.
you're smart.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
I
we see
outsource that thing. Yeah.
yeah. Exactly.
Well, please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
Yeah, so you can find us in the iOS App Store, Givingly, and you can follow us at Givingly, Givingli, on Instagram and all the other social spaces.
Love it.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Gifts are a love language. Be sure to Givingly this season. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on EverTalk Live. 5, 4, 3, 2. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm your host, Jez Mouillet, aka The Trading Bell. What a morning it will be. Due to recent news, we're expecting that the market will be down today, but that could potentially present some opportunity for us. Let's take a look at our watch list. One of the things that differentiates The Trading Bell from any of the other stock shows, other than we do live trading, is everything that we do is on camera, so you can see it as it happens. You are seeing what's happening right now in this moment. 2020, it's all about money, money, money. That is my motto. Remember, money never sleeps, pal. That's right. That's why I'm here trading in Los Angeles live with you at the opening bell. Whew, sun is not even up yet, but the stocks are on the move. Numbers are moving faster than I can even speak. Well, let's face it. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. I've got goosebumps. This is a history in the making. Top of the list, SVRA up 154% this morning. Build BBI at 162. Ah, that feels good. BPH, Spring-Bake Pharmaceuticals up 22%. That is going to make for a very sweet start to 2020. Filled. Woo! That feels good. Just a disclaimer, this is an entertainment show, so please don't treat any of the information you hear on the show as an investment advice, because trading is risky. What's on the year strong? Visit EverTalk TV, Facebook, or Instagram at The Trading Bell. Remember, every dream has its price. What's yours? Welcome Welcome back to EverTalk Live. We are here with alternative pop artist Lumen talking his latest single, The Worst Thing. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
I appreciate you.
So tell us, what is the worst thing, or who is the worst thing?
Great question. So, who is kind of, I don't want to name names. Should I name names?
I mean, that's
Is this
up
the
to
time
you.
to do it?
Spill that tea.
All right, here we go. Here's who it is. No. It's essentially a song about a person that was in my life at one point, a relationship. At a certain point, I realized it was sort of toxic and no longer benefiting either of us, really. Ended that relationship. Months went by. This person kind of made their way back into my life, as toxic people do. Not that I'm not to blame at all, but and at this point in time, I was kind of like feeling this crazy push and pull of like, do I want this person back in? Do I let them back in? Because I know it's going to happen. It already happened before.
But we always let him back in.
We always do. But I cut it short and I wrote the song, and then that was it. That was kind of the stamp on, all right, here's this song about you that's kind of mean, so maybe.
Yeah.
I pulled some lyrics from it. It said, "You are the worst thing that's happened to me, and I thank you for taking that place that was meant for me."
Yeah.
So powerful.
Yeah. So I guess the theory behind the song is that I've kind of always been sort of a self-deprecating kind of person. I feel like a lot of artists are. I don't know, it's just kind of this thing that's plugged into us. And this person sort of made me see that, like maybe I don't need to feel that way about myself. Maybe I need to kind of put that on someone else and kind of love myself a little more. Not that anyone should hate anybody, I don't want to hate, but it's like, just don't hate yourself, I think is the first thing, and then that lets you love yourself and others more.
Absolutely. So what came first, the song or the breakup?
Definitely the breakup.
The breakup.
So the breakup and then the resurgence.
Yeah.
And then the song, and then, yeah. I'm waiting for a text still.
It's bound to happen. So we know your career has been on the rise. Last year you were on tour with OAR. What's happening for you and what's next?
Yeah, at this point I'm putting out a new EP soon. It's going to be called Luminade.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a play on lemonade and lumen.
Yes.
Which is me.
Yeah.
So yeah, putting out this EP. I just put out The Worst Thing. I did a music video. My first one is Lumen, so that's exciting. Should be out soon. And then I have another song coming out actually in, Chris, when's that coming out? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's my manager, Chris.
All right.
Hi, Chris. 2 weeks. I have a new single called Two Blind Horses coming out, which to me is probably one of my favorite songs I've ever done. So.
Yeah. Why? Why is it one of your favorite? Yeah.
It's like a metaphorical song. It's about these two horses that kind of discover each other in the wild and are captured and placed sort of in this like running circle, and they're kind of running next to each other. It's a very like metaphorical, deep song, and I kind of have never done anything that sort of out of the box, so I'm excited to do something like that.
How would you describe yourself as an artist?
Very tired all the time. Very tired all the time. I would say I am very emotional. I don't know. I sort of take components of emo and pop. My lyrics are very sort of deep and emotional and personal, whereas my music and my beats are more like upbeat and happy and fun. So I kind of like that dichotomy of taking those two completely different opposing things, and people are dancing like, but all like almost crying like, what's going on? Like,
It's like my life as a Gemini. I totally get it.
yeah,
Same.
same.
Called that.
Yeah.
What artists and musicians or just people have inspired you the most? I see you got a tattoo you mentioned, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, so this is a lyric from my favorite Led Zeppelin song. And the lyric is, someone told me there's a girl out there with love in her eyes and flowers in her hair. So Led Zeppelin is one of my biggest influences, which sounds nothing like my music, if you've listened to my music. As far as modern musicians, I really love Bleachers. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. It's this guy, Jack Antonoff. It's his band. He was in the band Fun as well. Great songwriter, producer. He has a big influence on what I'm doing, so.
Well,
Jack, if you're watching, let's work together.
Yes.
We're so
All about
excited to
claps.
continue to follow what you're doing. Please tell everyone where they can like, share, comment, follow.
Yeah, at Lumen Official, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Stay
Thank
tuned
you,
with
guys.
us more on EverTalk Live.
Last night I dreamt and you were there. But
When I woke in the morning, it didn't feel real. Putting the pieces back together, finding a strength I never knew. Start again, this time it's gonna be different. I'm learning to breathe again, this time it's gonna feel different. The past is in the past, some things just never last. Learn to let go, start again. Start again.
Welcome back to EverTalk Live. We are here talking power coupling with Nick and Melissa, and she's got a radically real guide to deep love and rocking relationships and soulful sex. I mean, hashtag goals, right? Can you say more? So tell us, what is the secret to your long-lasting love and relationship in both your success together and individually?
Okay, so I think our relationship, the key to a happy and mindful relationship, one of the things that I talk about in this book is what I call CCC, crystal clear communication. I feel like a lot of couples, they don't practice that. I think us women feel like our men can read our mind. They can't. They just can't read our minds. So we have to practice crystal clear communication, and that's something that we're consciously working on. Our relationship is not perfect, but we're so committed to always showing up for ourselves and each other and doing the work so that we can have a beautiful partnership.
Oh, fantastic. So break this down for us. I think a lot of people think they're being clear, but they're not being clear. And sometimes we don't know what we don't know, right? So how can a person or a couple out there, how can they get clearer with their communication?
Yeah, I think that the key thing is where are you speaking from?
Yeah.
Are you speaking from here or are you speaking from here? And whenever you speak from here, you get met with that. When you speak from the head, you get met from, with the same sort of reaction. So for us, that's definitely been key. I think as well, Melissa speaks about in her book, Soulful Sex, and I think if you look at any relationship, you've got the foundation. If you look at a house, it's built on a foundation with bricks and, cement, right? The foundation of a relationship is love, and that's the cement slab. Then you've got the things that you have in common, the unity points, which is the bricks, but the thing that holds it all together, the glue, is intimacy, is sex. And I think it's one of those things which is, as you go into a long relationship, it's easy to kind of push it to the side. But it's the only thing you can do with your partner that partner can't do with anyone else. Unless
If you choose.
If you choose.
And that's what we choose, being married.
Yeah, and for us it's been really important. It's a part of our relationship we work on a lot.
How did the two of you meet?
We actually knew each other for about 3 years before we got together, and he was with someone else, I was with someone else, and then we both found ourselves single at the same time, being put in the same room. The universe was just like drawing us together, and we fell in love very, very quickly. We got engaged after 2 weeks, and we were married 6 months later, and that's 6 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great story.
Yeah. People used to say to me, when you know, you know, and I was like, I don't believe that. And then I met him and I was like, oh, okay, I know. Like, it was a full body yes. There was no doubt. It was just like, felt like coming home. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I hope I do. Yeah, I really do.
So did you guys enter into the relationship already sort of having these skills, or are these skills that you sort of developed along the way? Talk to us a little bit about that part of it.
Yeah, we definitely been developing them, and we found ourselves, as Melissa said, both single for a little period of time. And that was kind of like this intense pressure cooker of personal development in our own worlds. So we were doing all this work individually and had sort of cleared out a lot of this sort of stuff, a lot of the baggage, because I was previously married. I've got a 14-year-old son. Melissa's got a bonus son. So, there was a lot of stuff I had to clear out before I could meet someone like Melissa. And it wasn't really until the day, I think honestly, I had this day where I felt totally whole and complete. Like I literally felt like I've arrived, like at this new place within myself. And that day, I met Melissa.
Wow.
So I think and you had the same realization. You felt very complete. And we met with no expectations of each other. And I think we still show up with no expectations. We allow each other to show up the way we want to in the relationship. And I think that's another really big secret, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we both have done so much internal work, personal development work before we kind of got together.
I mean, you're known for your other book, Mastering Mean Girl. How did you master your own Mean Girl?
Yeah, so I realized that early on in my journey that I was struggling with this internal voice inside my head that was telling me I wasn't good enough, or I wasn't smart enough, or skinny enough, or I'd never meet the guy, or I'd never get out of debt. And I realized that I wasn't the only person that had that voice inside their head, that every single human being deals with that voice. And so I started taking myself through this 3-step Mastering Your Mean Girl process. And I started sharing it on my blog and in my talks and in my books and on my podcast. And it was resonating so much with people. People would come up to me in the street and say, oh my gosh, your book, Mastering Your Mean Girls, changed my life. That 3-step process, I now do it every single day. So just to be clear, I haven't completely, she still comes up for me. She still says these fear-based things, but I take myself through that 3-step Mastering Your Mean Girl process, and it works. And guys are the same, because you guys have that inner voice as well.
Bad boy.
Yeah, the crackhead.
I'm very curious though, what was it about having mastered her on the day that you met him that let you be in the right place for love to enter your life at that time?
I think there was a lot of shit telling me I'm not worthy of love. I'm never gonna meet that guy. I'm not good enough. Who's gonna wanna be with me? And then it really took me getting to that place of self-love and mastering her that I was able to call him in.
Fantastic. I just love that. So inspiring.
So inspiring. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you both.
Yeah, you can go to nickandmelissa.com and we have everything on the one page for you.
Super easy. All of our socials,
Books.
our podcast, books, music, everything's there.
Thank you so much. We so appreciate you. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for EverTalk Live at 9 a.m. Of course, you can watch the full show on Apple TV and Roku via EverTalk.
That's right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Check out nickandmelissa.com. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day on purpose.
Happy Wednesday.
Awesome, guys. Really awesome.